Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. I'm going to start with Judges 5 and 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, there, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. And so this the noise of the archers is talking about nuclear missiles, because they use archers in the Bible for pretty much weapons, that flying weapons, you see, like a bow and arrow. And so let's get that in let's see, um Jeremiah. It talks about this in Jeremiah. All right, let's see. Chapter 50, Jeremiah chapter 50. Let's see. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9, it say, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. That great nations is Russia and China and their allies. It says, great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. You see, those arrows is the noise of the archers. The archers shoot arrows. And so to be delivered from these things is going to be needed, because these mighty arrows are not going to return in vain. They're going to destroy everything in their path. And we know them as nuclear missiles. And so let's see here. Jeremiah 50 verse 14, it say, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord. See, these arrows are gonna be shot at Babylon. That's why I say they shall be delivered from the noise of the archers. See, the chosen elect is going to be delivered from these arrows. Now let's get Second Esdras, because Second Esdras talks about the same situation. Let's see here. See if it's in Second Esdras 15. I think it's in 16 though. Let's see. Yeah, let me check 15, 16, Salakia. Second Esdras 16, starting at verse 3, it says, sword is sent unto you, and who may turn it back? Now, this sword is these nuclear missiles. Look at what it say, Second Esdras 16, verse 7, it say, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? See, the scriptures line up perfectly together. Okay, let's see here. Uh, let me get verse 13 of 2nd Ezra 16. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." See, these arrows are going to be shot to the end of the world, meaning they're going to go from one side of the earth to the other side of the earth. See, you can't shoot a bow and arrow a mile. How you ain't going to be able to shoot no bow and arrow to the ends of the earth. This is talking about nuclear missiles. They're going to be shooting arrows at Babylon because the Lord is doing this. Let's get Ezekiel, because let's get it say 2nd Ezra 16:8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? See, the Lord sending this plague of the nuclear missile. But I'm gonna get that we're gonna get the plague out of Zechariah. Zechariah 14, starting at verse 12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, and their flesh shall be consumed away while they stand on their feet." What can make flesh consume away while somebody is standing on their feet? You see, it say, "And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth." That's letting it be known that this plague that is going to be sent like an arrow to the ends of the earth, this plague is going to come upon the wicked, and the Lord is sending this plague, and it's going to burn them up while they standing on their feet. Let me get that in Malachi. Malachi chapter 4 verse 1, it say, "For behold, the day cometh the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble in the day that cometh. In the day that cometh shall burn them up." See, these wicked people is going to be burnt up when that day comes, and those arrows is shot to the ends of the earth. Isaiah 56, it say in verse Salakis, Isaiah 54:16, they say, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coal. I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work." See, that instrument is the nuclear weapon. It say, "I have created the waster to destroy." That waster is talking about the nuclear weapon. Verse 17, it says, "No weapon that is formed." See, no weapon that is formed is just formed out of coincidence. The Lord has created this. He said, "I have created the waster." You see? And so he's created these weapons for the wicked. And we're getting at that time where you see countries are telling each other, "We are going to shoot these weapons. We're going to throw these weapons at you to the end of the earth. We're going to shoot these arrows. We are archers, and we have arrows that we can shoot from the ends of the earth and hit you." You see? And so that's why Yahushua, when they asked when the end was coming, he told them it would be rumors of wars, because that's what the nations say when they're ready to fight each other. In Matthew chapter 24 verse 3, it say, The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Verse 7 of chapter 24 of Matthew, he said, For nation shall rise against nation. No, Salaki, let's jump back up to 6. It say, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So this is an indication that this is the end is getting close, because he said it's going to be signs of thy coming. This is one of the signs that he's getting ready to come, because you're hearing rumors of wars. And when that war pop off, it's going to be him sending nuclear missiles to Babylon. Now let's get that in Revelation. And we still with the noise of the archer. The righteous, the ones who rehearsing the righteous acts, will be delivered from the noise of the archers. Chapter 11, it said, this Revelation chapter 11, we're going to read 8 and then 11. It's saying, Their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. See, America is spiritually Sodom, because they legalized the same-sex marriage in all 50 states, or all the states and territories. Then it's spiritually Egypt, because you see the pyramid on the back of the dollar. They got pyramids all over the country. The Statue of Liberty comes from Egypt. You got the obelisk in Washington, D.C. from Egypt. You got Memphis, Tennessee. That's from Egypt. See, this place is spiritually Egypt. Plus, it has the dead bodies of the children of Israel in this land. And like the scripture that say, when the land cannot be cleansed, but by him that by the blood that's on the land cannot be cleansed, but by the blood of him that shed that blood. So if you kill somebody and their blood drop on the land, your blood got to drop on the land to cleanse it up. And so this land has the dead bodies of the Israelites, and they're spiritually dead also in the mind. They don't know who they are. So verse 11 is saying, this in Revelations 11, verse 11, it said, After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So the Israelites gonna come alive and understand that they are Israelites. Then it say in verse 12, And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. So the chariot is gonna come. When you look at Isaiah 66, it's talking about chariots. He's gonna come with chariots. And so then you look at Revelation 1 and 7 and say he's going to come with clouds. So the clouds and the chariots is the same thing. They just worded in a metaphorical way. Then it says he's going to say, Come up hither, and they're going to ascend up to heaven into the chariot, and the enemies is going to behead them. Verse 13, it says, In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. See, the great city of America is going to fall, because this is Babylon the Great, this great city. See, that great city Babylon is where the Israelites is living, and they is in bondage, and he's going to come deliver them from the noise of the archers when they rehearse the righteous acts. And see, the prophets have been prophesying about this, and you can see it all over the news. It's starting to come to pass. You see, it's starting to come to pass, and this is how it's going to happen. So I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.